Strange Plants, written by Kira Fried. When we think about plants, we often think about trees, flowers, and grass. Like most plants, these plants have green leaves. They also have roots growing into the ground. Some plants are not like most plants. This book is about some of these strange plants. Plants called air plants live in trees high above the ground. Their roots are not buried in dirt. Instead, they grow on tree branches. They take moisture from the air and not from the soil as most plants do. Can you imagine plants that eat meat? Well, there are such plants. They eat insects, spiders, and even some other small animals. On one well-known meat-eating plant is a Venus flytrap. Its leaves look like traps. They have small spikes along the edges. When the critter walks in the leaf snaps shut. The critter is trapped. The sundew is also meat-eating plant. It has many sticky hairs on its surface. Insects landing on it get stuck. Then the plant ditches the insects. The giant sundew plant of Australia and even eats small frogs. Some plants steal food from other plants. The tutor plant sends rod-like parts into another plant. It sucks food and water from the plant. It's a parasite. A parasite lives off another living thing. Many flowers have bad smells that attract insects. The stapelia flower smells like a rotten meat. Flies like they smell, so fly into a flower. Special powder gets on their bodies. They take the powder to other flowers. The flowers use the powder to make seeds and grow new plants. Some plants look like stones. These plants in this picture are called stone plants or living stones. They live in very hot, dry places. They hold water very well. Their shape helps them to find them so that animals do not eat them. Some cactus plants are covered with wool like hairs. The wool protects them from daytime heat. It protects from the nighttime the cold. The wool also helps the cactus plants hold moisture. Some trees and shrubs grow around the solid rock. They grow up high where the wind blows strong. Their roots reach down in small cracks for moisture, and as the roots grow, they split the rock. Some plants have living inside them. Ant colonies use spaces in the plant stem at houses. Some spaces are used for raising young ants. Other places are used for garbage. The ant plant uses some of this garbage for food. There are many more kinds of strange plants. Bamboo makes noise when it grows. Some Australian orchids grow and flower completely underground. There are many amazing plants in the world. Tarantula, written by Terry Patterson. Introduction. What's huge and hairy and has fangs that can kill? It's the biggest spider in the world, the tarantula. Where tarantulas live in warm places around the world. Many live in forests and others live in deserts. More than 50 kinds of tarantulas live in the United States. Some tarantulas live in holes in the ground. Others live under logs or in trees. Hard, hairy bodies. Like insects and other spiders, tarantulas have hard covering on their body. As they grow, the covering gets too tight and splits down the middle. After a tarantula pushes out of the old skin, its new skin gets hard. A tarantula is covered with hairs. The hair sense heat, cold, and things that move. Other hairs near its mouth have a tarantula taste and smell. Stiff hairs with points grow in stomach and back. A tarantula can sting enemies with these hairs. The legs of the tarantula have little claws with hairs. The hairs help the tarantula hold when it climbs. Two little arms near its mouth have sharp parts. The tarantula holds and cuts food with them. Eating and being eaten. Tarantulas rest during the day and come out at night to hunt. They eat insects, frogs, lizards, bats, mice, and small snakes. They also eat spiders and even other tarantulas. To catch prey, a tarantula sits very still and waits. When an animal comes near, the tarantula jumps and jabs the fangs into it. Venom shocks into the animal and makes it stop moving. The tarantula drags the animal back home. It uses its jaws and the little arms to cut up the animal. It spits juices onto the pieces, which turn to mush. And then the tarantula sucks up a tasty meal. You might think that tarantulas are too big to be hunted. Not true. A tarantula hawk, a big wasp, hunts tarantulas as food for its young. When it stops moving, the wasp lays one egg on tarantula's body. When the young insect comes out, it feeds on the tarantula. How safe are tarantulas? Many people are scared of tarantulas because they are so big. Tarantulas are harmless if you leave them alone. Some tarantulas are slow and calm. Others are fat and looking for a fight, so don't mess with them. People are bigger danger to tarantulas than other threats. These amazing spiders are important to balance of nature. They deserve to be protected. The Grand Canyon. Written by Mike Stark. A canyon so grand. The Grand Canyon, located in the Arizona desert, is so big that can even seen on space. A canyon is a big, steep valley that is usually formed by a river. The Grand Canyon National Park covers about 1,900 square miles, 4,921 square kilometers. In some places, the canyon is more than a mile, 1.6 kilometers deep. It can make 2 weeks to go through the canyon on a river raft. The Grand Canyon became a national park in 1919. The national parks are special places. The land and the animals that live there are protected. Formation. Time and erosion help from the Grand Canyon. Erosion happens when bits of the ground are worn away. For millions of years, the Colorado rivers ran over and wore away the earth until a canyon was made. The rocks at the bottom of the canyon are almost 2 billion years old. The Grand Canyon is striped with colors. The stripes are layers of sediment that stay on each other many years. Each layer helps us learn how Earth has changed over time. Exploration. People have lived in the Grand Canyon for at least 12,000 years. Native groups have hunted, built homes, and grown food there. The area is still home to many tribes. In 1850s, settlers did not know much about the Grand Canyon. In 1869, John Wesley Powell led a trip to the canyon. Local people taught him about the canyon's history. Powell and him were the first to write of history down. When the government made the canyon a national park, it forced local tribes to leave. They were kept out for a long time. Today, native people help protect the canyon and its history. Make your own adventure. Today, millions of people visit Grand Canyon National Park. Some hikers explore the canyon for weeks. People like to raft on the Colorado River. It can be rough, fast, and rocky, making for a grand adventure. People also love to walk on trails along the rim of the canyon. They can look out at miles of red and yellow walls and watch shadows move across the cliffs. A natural wonder. A Grand Canyon is one of the most amazing sights in nature. Its lands, peoples, and animals and history will be protected for years to come. Everyone who visits this national park is in for an adventure and a view unlike anything else.